Carla Gebhardt. Carla, did you have as much fun as we did? We actually watched the game down here live in Daytona as well. What were your takeaways?
Yeah, you got the better setup for sure to watch that game. But yeah, I mean, I thought this game was phenomenal, especially just the energy that they had off the bench. I think that was probably the one thing that the Hornets had struggled with last week. But Malik Monk and Miles Bridges bringing that energy off the bench. They had to combine 33 points in this game. I think that was the one thing they were missing. And then, of course, LaMelo Ball still in that starting lineup. I don't think he's going anywhere. But yeah, the energy that he brings to this team, you definitely could see that tonight. And that was the difference. But the Hornets, like you said, have taken over a share of first place in the Southeast Division. James Borrego telling us tonight that he loves this roster. He has versatility at every position, and he spoke more in depth about it a short time ago. This is what JB and the guys had to say, guys, after the game.
Look, Houston's a tough guard, and they're missing three very good players. They're going to be a handful for teams to guard. You can just see it. And we had a hard time in the first half. But I believe over time we figure out our defense, and usually second halves we clamp down. And we learn as we go, and we grow as we go. And we talked about it at halftime and third quarter. And we always say, Rick, our fourth quarter is going to be our best defensive quarter of the game. And tonight it was.
Pretty much we just all locking in, bringing a lot of energy. The first three quarters, we didn't really get how we wanted to be. The coaches wanted some stops and more stops, but then fourth quarter, we all locked in. That's all I've been having is next man up. And like I said before in all my other interviews, I like to bring energy and I want to bring energy. So Melo moving into the starting group just gives me another chance to do what I've been saying. So.
And no doubt about it, LaMelo Ball was balling out tonight. 24 points, 10 assists, and 7 boards. His partner in crime, Miles Bridges, the second half of Airbnb, guys, like you mentioned, 19 points and 10 boards of his own. Gordon Hayward added 19. Malik Monk continues his rise with another 14 points off the bench. And then Charlotte has another day behind the arc, shooting 46%. Don't forget in the fourth quarter either, the Hornets held the Rockets to just 7 total points, a great defensive effort. And Will and Josh, this team has definitely, I think, turned a corner, especially when you're looking back to their performance last week.
I would agree with that for sure, but I also got to be good news, bad news kind of guy. One, they're taking care of business, but they're taking care of business against teams that are not very good. Wizards are a bad basketball team, and the Rockets were missing Eric Gordon, John Wall, and some other players as well tonight. So, yes, they're playing bad teams, and that's okay, but they're at least doing what they should be doing to bad teams. They've scored 115 points or more in 2 consecutive games on a back-to-back. That's a positive, though.
Yeah, it's all about building for this team right now because they took some lumps last week, like you mentioned, when they did play the Pacers and they did play some other good teams and pretty much got handled by the Sixers in those games. But it's important for this team to continue to grow, to LaMelo, of course, getting in the starting lineup, but also the bench production. When you lose a guy that's now in your starting lineup with LaMelo, they need Bridges and they need Monk to produce like they did. Both those guys in double figures tonight. So it's good to see that they're still getting that boost off the bench that they're going to need going forward.
Yeah, P.J. Washington didn't provide much tonight, unfortunately, but Devontae Graham, they're going to need him to show up big when he gets healthy and comes back as well, Carla.